Hello and welcome to another update related video for Gran Turismo 7. So with every update that happens for Gran Turismo 7, we get the announcement through a tweet from Kaz. So that is what we have received today. In the tweets we see a silhouette which has 5 vehicles in it, and in today's video we are going to go over what those 5 vehicles are most likely to be. With the updates being announced for next week, it is most likely going to be on the 30th of March because the updates usually release on the last Thursday of every month. And make sure you do subscribe, so as soon as the update goes live, I always post the patch notes and just what is new and what has been changed to Gran Turismo 7, so you don't want to miss out on that. On screen now are the 5 vehicles that we will be receiving in the upcoming week. So starting from the middle and going clockwise, we are gonna start off with the Alphard Elegance. If I pronounce these vehicle names wrong, I do apologize. After that we have the Porsche 959. Below that on the bottom right corner is the Mazda 3 from 2019. On the bottom left side we have the Audi RS 5 DTM, and on the top left we have the Porsche 904. So those are the 5 cars that we think are coming to the game. Now let's actually take a deeper look and actually talk about this vehicle, and we're gonna start back at the top with the Toyota Alphard. So this is Toyota's answer to having a luxury minivan for transporting executives around. Now this car is dominantly found around the Asian Oceania area of the world, so that is Bangladesh, China, Japan, just all over that area. That is where you're most likely to find these vehicles. Now this is the equivalent to, how do I say, the Mercedes-Benz V-Class. Now with the Alphard, it is the quirky vehicle that they are going to add. Every update is bound to be one. In this update, this is it. So this car actually has a range of different power plants, so I'm quite excited to see which one it actually comes out with, because there is one that produces almost 300 brake horsepower, which will make this quite a fast little minivan. Next up we have the Porsche 959. At the time of this car's release, it was actually the fastest car in the world, being capable of doing 197 miles per hour. That is over 300 kilometers per hour, and with special variants of the same car going well over 200 miles per hour. Now fun fact, this car was actually made for Group B rallying. It was then put into production to keep up with FIA regulations, which meant you needed to produce more than 200 production vehicles. Now the part that made this car absolutely unstoppable had to be this car's engine, which was a 2.8 liter twin turbocharged flat 6, which produced 444 brake horsepower. So yes, that was plenty to get around a rally course. Now the 959 was also widely known for being a very strong competitor to the Ferrari F40. So I'm quite curious to see if that's the same thing in Gran Turismo 7. Now once all the cars are released, I am going to be going over in-depth reviews of the vehicles, so if you are interested in that, hit that subscribe button. Next up we have the Mazda 3. Now this is a modern car, so there isn't much history to it. Now in my eyes, I always saw the Mazda 3 when it came to Gran Turismo as a really good starter's vehicle. So to have it added at this point in the game's lifespan, I mean, okay, cool, there are new players always coming in, and they are fans of the Mazda 3, so there isn't very much history to it when it comes to a motorsport side. However, the new Mazda 3 is going to be available in Gran Turismo 7. And to just clarify that, when I'm talking about the motorsport side, I mean the new 2019 Mazda 3. It hasn't participated in motorsports. But a vehicle that has is the Audi RS 5 DTM. Now DTM vehicles are not a new thing to the Gran Turismo franchise, so I am ecstatic to see that one is making a brand new arrival. So this is the RS 5 DTM. Now this car looks like it's going to be absolutely incredible. I have a feeling that it's going to be placed in the Group 3 category, so having a new Group 3 car is going to make for just a bit of added variety. not like we were lacking anyways. But the Audi RS5 looks like it could be a strong competitor, and I really can't wait to get behind the wheel of it. DTM is honestly one of my favorite motorsports, so it's great to see one of those vehicles come into Gran Turismo 7, but what would be great if we could see some of the previous ones also be added. For example, the Audi A4 and the Audi TT. And lastly, the Porsche 904, also known as the Carrera GTS. Funny enough, we just had a Carrera last update and we're already receiving yet another one. This is the car that Porsche focused on after withdrawing from the Formula 1 season at the end of 1962 season. So with now all of Porsche's attention focused onto making a fantastic sports car, the 904 was created, and this car went on to becoming a great racer, participating at Le Mans, the Nürburgring, Spa, Sebring, Watkins Glen. And then they thought, you know what, that's not even enough. We already took over circuit racing, let's focus on off-roading. The 904 saw great success participating at the Monte Carlo Rally, finishing in first and second position. It also participated in the highly acclaimed Alpine Rally. Now, since we are still talking about the Porsche 904, let's talk about the pricing of these vehicles. Starting with the Porsche 904, I estimate this vehicle being between 2.5 million credits and 3,250,000. Somewhere in that price range, that is where we should find the Porsche 904. Now, when it comes to the Porsche 959, this should be valued at about 1 million credits, which for me seems like a lot of value for money. I am giving these price ranges because if you go onto Haggerty's website, I know I butchered that name, you can see the prices of these vehicles and their price range. Since Gran Turismo 7 uses this system to figure out how much the vehicles are going to be priced at in the legendary dealership, this is a good way to find out how much it should cost. Now, if we look at the RS5 DTM vehicle, now I said I think this is going to be a Group 3 vehicle. The Audi should be 450,000 credits. With the Mazda 3, I estimated being around 50,000 credits, probably less than that actually, because if we look at the price of similar vehicles and starter vehicles, they are around that 50,000 mark. Now, with the Toyota, it's a bit of a tricky one because there really isn't anything else in-game like it, but I estimated being around 100,000 mark. So that basically puts out my estimates for the prices of these vehicles. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comments down below, how do you feel about the 5 new vehicles that are coming to Gran Turismo 7? Now, what I found interesting is that 2 out of these 5 vehicles were actually found a long time ago through data mining, and those 2 are the Toyota and the Porsche 904. And if you're curious to see what other vehicles are in this data mining, well, watch this video on screen now. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.